Sports Moments Podcast. Sports Moments Podcast. Sports Moments Podcast.
Good morning, world. It is Sports Moments Podcast, episode 4. And you know what it is. It's your boy Jay Hyde in the building with your boys.
Dre B chillin'.
Marky Mark.
It's your boy Daniel.
Hey, you know what it is. Strong in the building again. And you know what? We just gonna get straight into it. It's the current events, and it is Le'Veon Part 4. Mark, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling like a trade needs to happen ASAP, ASAP. Jets, Browns, Cowboys, Alabama, Crimson Tide, CFL.
Anywhere.
Trade him anywhere where I can start getting some fantasy points.
Anywhere where you can start getting
I
some
snuck
fantasy
away with a
points.
win last week. I projected to win this week, but I feel a lot better if I had Le'Veon Bell, man. I mean, I just want to see him back on the field, too, man. He's a good football player. He's probably 1B behind Todd Gurley, so...
1B. That's a good little explanation right there.
Man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So...
Just looking at the articles so far as Le'Veon and getting traded, Steelers did start taking trade offers this week, according to multiple league sources. And as far as the top 3 suitors right now, we're hearing for Le'Veon Bell is the Colts, the Jets, and the Buccaneers. Personally, I wouldn't want them to go to I wouldn't want him to go to the Buccaneers because that's the NFC and that's what the Eagles play at. So if he could stay over to the AFC side of things, that would be kind of ideal for me as far as Le'Veon's future.
I mean, I am the football guru, and I'm hearing my ears to the streets right now, and I'm hearing a lot of stuff about Le'Veon. First of all, I don't know if y'all listened to his CD yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A couple tracks. That's a side note. But I'm hearing the Colts as a number 1 suitor.
Okay.
That could be a really strong team if they get a really good running back like that.
Honestly.
Especially with Andrew Luck coming back.
Mm-hmm.
They're young. They do have the cap space to work on their defense, so look out for the Colts.
Look out for the Colts.
When you say CD, what kind of music are we talking about, bro?
We're talking about an album. We're talking about his rap album.
Yeah.
Oh, it's rap. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
a rapper.
He's got some bars in there.
The beats.
The beats. Okay.
And obviously he's rapping over
The beats
those
kind of
beats.
albums. Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a workout kind of album.
He has a good mix.
I feel that.
Speaking of things that are kind of out of the ordinary, moving on to the next topic, we do have, for the first time ever, the first female broadcast for the NFL. And that's going to be ran by Hannah Storm and Andrea Kramer. And that'll actually start tonight with the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams. They'll be calling to that game tonight. As far as the Thursday night games, they'll be doing all the rest of the 11 Thursday night games throughout the year. So the big shout out to the females coming up.
Absolutely.
I think it's a good look. To get some different voices in there.
Definitely different personalities,
Perspective.
I think why not? Girls are capable of knowing just as much of football as a guy is.
I agree. As far as running things, I feel like having a woman involved in things kind of makes things smoother. So I guess we'll see, and we'll get to see that tonight as far as the Thursday night broadcast.
I'll definitely be watching.
If you want to check it out, it's going to be on Amazon Prime Video NFL package where you can check them out. Check them out, Hannah Storm and Andrea Kramer, the first female broadcast for the NFL. I think that's pretty dope. Moving on to the next current event. This one's pretty sad. Had to say something dear to our hearts as Eagles fans, me and Dre. Tommy McDonald, Hall of Fame wide receiver for the Eagles.
R.I.P.
Arguably the best wide receiver of his time. 3rd round draft pick of the Eagles in 1957. We definitely want to give our condolences and prayers out to his family and friends. And speaking of condolences and prayers that we want to send out, definitely want to send out prayers and condolences to whoever got stiff-armed in this last Monday night game by Vance McDonald.
Oh boy.
That was absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna play this clip real quick and let y'all get this perspective of this stiff arm if you didn't get to see it yourself.
3rd and 10. Easy first down. Vance McDonald, and he keeps his footing. Can he get there? 75-yard touchdown. Vance McDonald.
He's on the backside. He's got that little corner route for him to get going. He's had an injury. Look at that. Right there. Throws him out of the club. Connie, the veteran.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, that guy, I don't know what's going on with his life right now. I mean, maybe he may pull a Nadal. He may pull a Nadal on us. I'm not too sure.
Noddling.
Chris Conti,
is
if I could give you any bit of advice, is don't try to tackle people with your face. That is not a good look, my man. And if you got kids or a girlfriend or a wife, I know that's tough explaining that. I'd go low next time.
Go low. Well, again, Vance McDonald, Chris Conti. Shout out to Vance McDonald. I don't think we gave him a shout out, but shout out to Vance McDonald making a big play, 75 yards, stiffing people in the face. But that's what it is. Sure enough, Vance McDonald definitely got that 75-yard touchdown. Was looking like a straight Superman or Thanos or
Baby Gronk,
whoever you want to call him out there. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our next segment. I hope you enjoy this instrumental as we go ahead and move on. Alright, and we're back, and it's the week 3 roundup, and you know what it is. We're just gonna go straight into it. First thing that we have for the week, Jimmy G is out for the year, man. Jimmy G is out for the year. What do y'all think about this?
I hate to be devil's advocate, but I mean, Jimmy G wasn't playing great. So I mean, it's like he was winning games. He was kind of hype, maybe coming into the season.
He's supposed to be that guy, though.
So maybe a quarterback change helps San Fran.
You think
maybe
so?
CJ.
Stop.
With his buddy from college, Kittle's at tight end.
Oh man.
Maybe that brings a spark. I don't know.
Colin Kaepernick gonna get signed to the 49ers?
Colin Kaepernick. Hot take.
Colin Kaepernick blacklisted because of racist owners in the NFL.
That's another topic. That's another topic. We're not going to get too into that.
In that world. That being said, was he cursed? Talking about Jimmy Garoppolo by his date before the year. I don't know if y'all knew who he went on a date with.
Yeah. Well, before we get into that,
Okay.
Well, I mean, as far as Jimmy G, his ex-girlfriend, or supposedly his whatever she was, his sidekick or whatever he wanted to side something. Jimmy G supposedly was going out with this girl named Alexandria King. Was seen going out doing a whole bunch of things with her. Didn't want to claim her as his girlfriend. When somebody asked him if that was his girlfriend, he said, "That's news to me."
I like his style. Jimmy G. That's my guy.
Jimmy G. But turn around this week, Jimmy G tears his ACL. He's out. Alexandria King has a post. Post simply says, "quote unquote karma."
Is Jimmy G still getting paid?
Jimmy G, I believe he's still getting paid.
Karma not treating him that bad. You know what I mean?
That's a good little dose of karma.
Right?
Yes,
He definitely got guaranteed.
I still my ACL for $78 million guaranteed.
Just kind of going, but I didn't mean to cut you off, Dan. That was just kind of going into your story about Jimmy G. So you can go ahead and kind of take that.
No, I mean, I was saying maybe that was karma. I mean, for who he was dating before the season started. I don't know if y'all pay attention to the news or whatever it might be, but Jimmy G went on a little date with a little woman, actually a little porn star. Let's go straight to the point. She's a porn star, and her name's Kiara Mia. And maybe he was... I don't know what's going on in Jimmy G's life, but that sucks. Shout out to him. Hope he gets better soon.
I don't watch a bunch of porn. I don't know who Kiara Mia is. And I don't know, I don't understand why he would put himself in a situation where he's seen with... I mean, not that they're bad people, because they do things all of us enjoy, but... You know, I mean, come on, man. You're an NFL quarterback. You're the face of a franchise. Maybe just try to be seen in better company. No disrespect.
Are you saying that he should have been seen with a better porn star?
Maybe.
Okay. So if you had to name a porn star, just a singular one. What's your name?
I can't really, off the top of my head.
I mean, for someone who just watches some porn, if you had to pick one name, who would you pick? Who do you think Jimmy G should have gone on the date with?
I mean, like, is there a big name porn star from California?
It doesn't have to be that. Just
really...
your personal opinion. Who do you think it should have been?
It's a family show, man.
It's
a family show, man.
We're getting a little overline, but a lot of overline. But as far as Jimmy G, and just talking about replacements for Jimmy G, can we start a rumor mill here?
Rumor, I'm just saying
Trades.
maybe this team in the AFC
trades.
has 3 quarterbacks. One of them doesn't suit up. He's NFL ready. Maybe Baltimore trades RG3 to the 49ers. Maybe, just maybe for a 6th round, 5th round pick that they feel like he's worth it.
I like that rumor. I like that.
I just like to see RG3 somewhere starting because I think he still is maybe a injury replacement for somebody.
Okay.
So I just like to see RG3 quarterbacking again. If they feel like they could win this year, why not take a shot? What's a 6th round pick?
I like it. What's up, Dre? What you got?
As far as say I am on the streets, I hear a lot of things. Football guru, but I feel like there's a couple names I'm gonna throw out there as possible replacements. Watch out for AJ McCarron.
Okay.
He's also a nice pickup. I feel like if they do want to try to replace him with something maybe 4th round, 5th round pick.
Okay.
Also watch out for Nick Foles. I think Nick Foles trade is also pretty big. It's a big name.
Nick Foles isn't good.
Nick Foles can definitely get a job done. He needs to get a job done.
I don't trust him long term for anything. If I need him for like 2-3 game spurt here, it's like, hey Nick, we need you for those 6 games here.
Nick Foles can win you games, but he's not going to win you games. You know what I'm saying? Like you can win a game with Nick Foles, but he's not going to be the reason you're winning the game.
Okay.
That's why he's y'all's backup.
Game manager.
And by y'all, I mean the Philadelphia Eagles.
Just moving on to the next week 3 topic that kind of segues into it. Just talking about people that are supposed to be backups. Sam Bradford, wherever he goes, the Rams, the Philadelphia Eagles, wherever he goes, he just ends up being a backup. I don't know what's going on with Sam. I don't know if he can get away from that stigma of just being that 1 year rental before they
Heisman Trophy, 50 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
He won the Heisman Trophy?
Sam Bradford,
he did.
50 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. It's just
Where?
Oklahoma, sir.
Yeah, with AP.
You watch a little college every now and then, every Saturday, every other Saturday. You watch a little college.
Yeah.
Play with Adrian Peterson?
Yes. And I called this last week. I'll
Apprentice.
play that clip real quick. I don't know what's going on with them. I expected a little bit more out of Sam Bradford. I think he's probably going to get benched here soon for Josh Rosen because it's not looking up for them. But, I mean, we saw this coming. We saw that Sam Bradford was going to be benched in favor of Rosen. It happened, like, mid-game in this game, so that was kind of weird. Again, that was just one of the weird things that happened in Week 3. Just moving on to the next topic of the Week 3 roundup. Week 3 upsets.
Well, obviously there's none bigger than the Bills.
It's a huge thing I've been saying about the Vikings all season. The most vulnerable part of the Vikings. Is it not obvious?
It's what?
It's also their best
The
part.
offensive line.
Offensive line.
The Vikings
The offensive
suck.
line.
The Patriots suck, and the Jaguars suck.
right.
Because I could have won a lot of money this weekend, and they not laid egg.
I think I was just forgetting about that because I was so annoyed at how the Lions just came out with Matt Patricia and just came out and looked like they just dominated the Patriots. And that was like a for sure
He trimmed his
given.
beard a little bit, man. He looked
Like,
professional.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
He showed up to work.
Yeah,
I
finally.
Finally, somebody sticks it to Belichick real good. That used to be his former coach.
Yeah, definitely.
A game y'all didn't bring up as upsets, and I'm actually glad you didn't because it wasn't really an upset, was the Redskins beating the Green Bay Packers kind of convincingly, 31-17. I called 28-24. I gave probably the Packers a little love that I shouldn't have gave them.
Oh,
We beat them pretty bad. Meanwhile, Philly was struggling with the Colts.
Did anybody have New Orleans over Atlanta, though? I don't think.
I don't think anybody had New Orleans over Atlanta.
I had
think
a tie.
We had a tie. And Mark, before we move on, Mark had that tie.
It went to OT. It went to OT. Come on now. It went to OT.
Mark had a pretty damn close prediction as far as the Atlanta Falcons.
It was like
and the
7
Saints.
something left in OT when the game ended, man. That's, that's a couple 3 and outs away.
That was pretty impressive on Mark's end as far as calling that tie.
I had Calvin Ridley going off, so
Yeah, Daniel had Calvin Ridley going off. A couple good predictions last week. Tune into last week's episode if you haven't already. A lot of good things that we did on that episode. But just going on with week 3, as far as performances from everybody. We want to go through and we're going to do our updated power rankings, top 5, bottom 5. Who you got? First, we'll have Daniel.
So I like the idea of going bottom 5 first. So I'll give my bottom 5, and then Dre, then Mark, then we can go do our top 5. But I'm going to go in order of least worst to worst, I guess. You guys follow me?
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the Jets coming in at 5 for me, followed by the Lions. I understand that they beat the Patriots, but they still were embarrassing earlier this season, so I can't just erase that from my memory. And I thought that didn't happen. I didn't see that.
Okay.
So they still have some work to do for me. Third to worst is, for me, the Houston Texans.
Okay.
I'm very disappointed in the Texans. Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller. These guys should be able to do more. I want to know where J.J. Watt's at. I want to know where Jadeveon Clowney's at. These guys are walking 95s, 94s, 93s, 99s, whatever you want to put them on Madden. These guys are stars. Mm-hmm. Where are they at? The Oakland Raiders, for me, are second to worst, and then the worst team in the NFL are the Arizona Cardinals, and it's not close.
Dre, what you got for us?
I'll start at the 5, like Daniel did. I'm going to start out and say the Detroit Lions. I think the Detroit Lions showed a lot. I mean, that's why they're not at the bottom at the barrel, but they moved it up.
You're at 27. You're at 27.
I'm at 27.
Okay.
Doing 27.
Okay.
And then at 28, I'm going to go with the 49ers. They lost a lot. Obviously, they got to replace the starting quarterback. They could be a little bit lower. I'm giving Kyle Shanahan a little credit. That's why I don't have them at the bottom. After that, I have the Raiders. Kind of thinking about maybe having them a little bit lower, too. This bottom is really bad, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Then I also have the Texans, and then rounding out the Cardinals.
Not that y'all are wrong with your power rankings, but they're just not right. There's 3 0-3 teams in football, and those are definitely my bottom 3. The Raiders are the worst team. The Cardinals are the only reason the Raiders are the worst team is because of John Gruden's comment of, we don't have a pass rush, and you traded Khalil Mack. Like, you clearly have the worst coach in football.
And he's there for a while, so
and
better get
you got
used
him
to
for
it.
10 years. So the Raiders are for sure the worst team in football.
Better get used to it.
Cardinals are a close second.
Okay.
A couple, lucky passes. Maybe they end up winning last game. The third worst team is definitely the Texans. Really disappointed in them. Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Miller. You think you'd get a better product. And not far from them, the Dallas Cowboys. Dakota Prescott is just not impressive, man. Like, just not impressive at all. This guy, he's just...
Said Dakota Prescott.
He's not your drop back quarterback and deliver the football like they want him to be. What Dakota does best is turn around and hand it off to Zeke. So maybe instead of 16 touches, he should be, 26, 27 touches, and maybe the Cowboys have a better chance to win.
Okay.
No Sean Lee, injured as usual. The Cowboys are pretty bad, man. And staying in the same division, the New York Football Giants. Just not good at all. Not impressed by their win. I just don't like teams in the NFC East. And I probably should have put the Eagles in my bottom 5 too, but I let y'all make it. Because y'all look bad against the Colts, man. Y'all look really bad.
Y'all lost to.
We just beat Green Bay. We're on to the name week. Jordan, what was your bottom 5 for the week?
Oh, so moving on to my bottom 5 of the week. At 27, I have the Cowboys, man. I really am not too high on the Cowboys.
Dakota, ain't that your guy? I thought that was your guy.
I give Dakota a little bit of respect, a lot more respect than what Mark does, but I'm not a fan either. So I do have the Cowboys right now at my 27. Following up the Cowboys at 28, I have the 49ers, man. Losing Jimmy G, having that week out, I just kind of see them repeating a year like they had last year. I could actually see them in a position where they get the number 1 pick next year. Going down to the next team at 29, I have the Houston Texans. I don't know what's going on with Deshaun Watson. The first 3 weeks, I think they've been favorites in each of the games, and they lost every single game. I don't know what's going on with their offense. I don't know what's going on with their defense. It was hyped. We were supposed to see something new this year. It just didn't happen. Moving on to the next team I have the Cardinals. We were just kind of talking about the Cardinals. Trash kind of had to move on from Sam Bradford and start the Josh Rosen phase of their franchise. As far as the worst team that I have in the league, I have the Oakland Raiders. Again, I'm not impressed with John Gruden coming back to the sideline, man. He's looking shabby, like really shabby.
The best coach with the last name Gruden coaches in Washington.
Ooh, so Jay is better than John.
I mean, that Super Bowl John Gruden stole from Tony Dungy. I mean, that's not even really his. So
Wow,
I mean,
okay.
But not high on the Raiders.
Moving on to the next, we'll go ahead and start and go around with the top 5. Daniel, who you got?
Yeah, so start coming in at number 5, and I may be overreacting and giving them too much respect, but I got the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
I just have a lot of respect for Carson Wentz coming back. They
been hanging out with Dre too much.
No, absolutely not. Last week they were 6 for me. This week they came up to number 5 for me. I think Carson Wentz coming back just means a lot to me.
Okay.
Number 4, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They still have the best defense in the league. To me, Blake Bortles is just super suspect, but I think he's still gonna get his mind together and we can move forward. Number 3, I gotta give respect to the undefeated team, the Miami Dolphins, playing well, and they're one of the only 3 undefeated teams in the league. Gotta give respect there. Number 2, coming in, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback of all time, best quarterback we've ever seen, best quarterback that we will ever see. Apparently.
Oh gosh.
That's what's going on right there. And then number 1, undisputed, and probably would be number 1 for a while for me, the Los Angeles Rams.
Los Angeles Rams.
In
We'll see
LA?
that tonight. Dre, what you got?
The Dolphins suck.
They're
I like the
undefeated.
Dolphins. I like the Dolphins at 5 right now. I like the way Ryan Tannehill's handling that team. Ex-wide receiver from Texas, so shout out to Texas quarterbacks. At number 4, I got the Eagles.
What a surprise.
On the up and up, getting the rhythm back with Carson Wentz. It only made sense.
He played like a scrub.
And number 3, I'm going to go with the Jaguars again.
Okay.
Just because of Leonard Fournette not being able to play last week. I think they kind of messed up their offense and the rhythm of that. But
6 points, Dre?
I think Leonard Fournette can give you a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, more reaction on play action passes, you know what I'm saying? They can spread the offense out a little bit more.
Okay.
I still have KC at number 2. Patrick Mahomes showing a lot. And then obviously the Rams are going to have a test with them against the Vikings. But the Rams are still going to be number 1 just because of their offense.
Mark, what you got for us?
Number 5, undefeated. They don't suck. Well, they do suck, but they're undefeated. Gotta show some love. Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Number 4, staying with the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like playing the 49ers, they should have kind of put it on them a little better. Maybe the offense isn't as high-powered as we thought. I don't know.
Okay,
Who knows?
Maybe the defense.
Number 3, even with the L, I still have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tough defense. I think Leonard Fournette makes a difference. Makes him a little one-dimensional when he doesn't play. Number 2, the Washington Redskins. Really convincing win over Green Bay. Alex Smith showing why he went number 1 in that draft. 31-17. Probably the favorites now to win the division after seeing him and AP get busy.
Hot take.
I mean, AP on the ground, $120, 2 touchdowns. And then, best team in football, number 1, Los Angeles Rams. Todd Gurley, Jared Goff, Sean McVay. New week, same episode, best team in football.
Those receivers are tough.
Those receivers, they get open, man. They fight to get open. They fight for their quarterback, their coach. Rams, man.
So if I was going to go ahead and give off my top 5, starting with the bottom, I had a really hard time kind of choosing between 2 teams, so I wanted to split the number 5 spot with the Bears and the Panthers. The Bears and the Panthers, I think, are playing at a pretty high level right now. The Bears with Khalil Mack, they're a whole different team. And then as far as the Panthers, Cam is kind of balling out as far as this season is concerned.
McCaffrey, too.
Shout out McCaffrey as well. Moving on to that 4th team, I have the Dolphins. The Dolphins, got to give them respect, man. They're 3-0. And you know what? I think this week with the Patriots, I think they may upset them. And I think the Dolphins may go 4-0 and maybe the top dogs in that division and kind of knock the Patriots out. But moving to the next spot, at number 3, I have the hometown Philadelphia Eagles, baby. Philadelphia Eagles,
Hometown?
Carson Wentz, hometown.
You were born in Philly?
Hometown Philadelphia Eagles.
News to me.
News to me, Jimmy G quote. Shout out to the Eagles, though. I got them at number 3, holding it down with Carson Wentz coming back, looking sharp, looking like he didn't miss a step. And then going on to number
QBR
2.
was 31.
Going on to number 2, I have the Los Angeles Rams at number 2. I think the Los Angeles Rams have some issues now at cornerback with Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib getting those injuries that'll have them out for a couple of weeks. We'll see how they manage tonight against the Vikings. Then moving on to the number 1 team, I have the Kansas City Chiefs as the number 1 team in the league right now. Patrick Mahomes looks unstoppable. He looks like the next coming of Brett Favre and Michael Vick put together or something like that. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes. Shout out to the Chiefs. Shout out to the top 5. Shout out to the bottom 5 of the league. And that is it for the week 3 roundup. I hope y'all appreciated all of our topics. And now I hope y'all appreciate this instrumental as we move on to the next segment. Yo.
Yo, what up, Jordan?
Yo, what's up, Tony? It's your boy Jay Hyde, and you know what it is. It's the Sports Moments Podcast.
What up?
What's up? And again, it's the Sports Moments Podcast, sponsored by Jordan Moments. And we got your boy Tony in the building. And this is a special call right now because we got the number 1 seed right now in the $60 league on the phone. Tony, tell me what it's like being the number 1 seed in the $60 league, holding it down, man.
And it feels good. Last year, I kind of had the auto pick. I forgot about it. This year, I'm not letting that happen again. So,
Yeah.
I had to get my man Alvin Kamara, and he's been holding it down for me for these last 3 weeks.
He has.
True.
He has.
And looking at not even just the $60 league, bro, even in the $120 league, still holding it down. Got the number 4 seed in that league as well. So, I mean, doing big things, man. Tony on the phone. We got the boy Tony in the building. I'm going to pass it off the boy Mark. He got a couple questions for you right here, Tony.
Yeah.
What's up, Tony? You the I think Jordan said you were a Saints fan, bro?
Yeah, for sure.
Saints,
Super Bowl champs coming soon.
Okay. I feel you. I like New Orleans, man. Good city. I like to go down there and party a little bit. Y'all got the Giants this week, man. How you feeling? What you think as far as predictions for the game?
I'm feeling a high-scoring game. I just feel like the Saints defense ain't clicking right now, honestly. So
True.
I'm expecting Drew to throw for like 300 or 400, and it'd be about 40 to 38, something around there.
Yeah, that sounds right, Drew. Yeah, Drew gets busy.
Yeah, he gets. The offense can't be stopped. It's a defense. Like, you can't expect a team to score 40 every game just for you to get a win. So the defense got to step up.
Yeah, that's cool, man. My man Dre gonna talk fantasy with you. I'd get into that, but my team not doing too hot, so I'm gonna try to shy away from the fantasy talk. You know what I mean? So
I got you.
Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Dre. I know you. I know we played last week. I know you got that win.
Sorry about that.
Hey, man, that was a good win. I know that we were kind of talking back and forth about a possible trade. I mean, this could be the first trade on the Jordan Moments podcast right now.
I mean,
I know we were talking about.
You gotta come with something strong, not.
I mean, what were you kind of looking for? I mean, I had the Jags defense. I'm trying to put that out there. I mean, I know you had a kind of shaky defense out there.
I mean, I'm not too worried about the defense. They'll give me a couple points, but I'm looking for some heavy hitters. I got some trade pieces I'm sure you're going to need. So
I know you
I'm always willing to trade. You just can't have Alvin Kamara unless you're trying to give up your first pick, too.
Oh, I feel that. Yeah, now that's 100.
I understand.
I don't mind trading them, but it's got to be worth it. It's got to be worth it.
So we may have to talk. I may have to throw some more out there. Let's have to see where your head was at. But I think Daniel had a question.
I did. What's up, Tony? It's
what up, man?
It's your boy Daniel. Sorry, I was just reacting to Dre. He always offers the most disrespectful trades, man. I'm sorry. Man.
Hey, man.
Bro, this man's trying to offer you the Jags defense for Alvin Kamara. That happens in real life, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I was just reacting to that in real time for a second. But nah, bro, talking about the same league, bro, you offered me a trade. I'm just wondering where your head was at, and just curious as to why you really covet David Njoku, of all players. Or do you really covet David Carr?
I mean, really, I need a tight end. So you had the tight end. I needed a QB for this week. So I just tried to throw some things out there.
I feel that.
Hopefully, someone bites. I'm just hoping someone bites.
I feel that.
I mean, it's decent trades.
I mean, we might have to talk about something. Martavis Bryant is trash. So we're gonna have to take him out of that and replace him with somebody else. But we might have a conversation later for that. For sure.
Gruden's gonna get it together. See, y'all not looking at the big picture. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't disagree with that at all. We're on the same team for sure. That being said, don't offer me Martavis Bryant. Nobody wants him. You don't even want him, all right, bro? I'm not trying to do that.
My bad for disrespecting you, bro.
No, bro, you're good. Obviously, you know what you're doing at least a little bit. I think Jordan's got a question for you real quick.
Tony, just as far as like the Saints are concerned, they're 2-1 right now. Their only loss coming to the Bucks while the Bucks were on their. I don't know if they still are on their hot streak or not, but they got beat by the Bucks while they were on their hot streak. The Saints offense, like you said, I mean, it's sharp to me. The only concern is the defense. What do you see the Saints at the end of the year as far as their record? Where do you see them finishing? And just give us like an overall prediction on the Saints.
For the most part, I mean, I see them going maybe like 10-6, something around there.
Okay.
I got them going into the Super Bowl. I feel like they should have been there last year.
Okay.
You make one tackle, you got a different NFC Championship game versus the Eagles, and then I give the Saints a chance versus anybody. So
for sure,
I had the Saints in the Super Bowl, and I got them playing the Jags right now.
Okay.
I got the Jags on the Steelers without Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown with his social media. That's not gonna work. So,
for sure.
And the Patriots just ain't the Patriots right now. Who knows what Josh Gordon's gonna do?
True.
But I got the Saints versus the Jags, and I got the Saints winning. Whoever comes out of the NFC is gonna win. I know that for a fact.
Okay. What do you have as a final score on that game of the Saints versus Jags?
I'm gonna go 24-12.
24-12. 24-12.
I don't trust Blake Bortles.
True.
Leonard Fournette's gonna get hurt sooner or later. So, I don't know. The defense gonna have to score points, and I don't think Drew gonna give it to him like they think he gonna give it to him. So
True.
And then Mark Ingram's coming back. You got a steady run game, and that's gonna open up more because Kamara's really a wide receiver playing running back. So
that's a good.
Lining up in the slot, you don't know if it's going to Mark or Kamara. It could go either way.
True.
So they're dangerous. They're dangerous.
I definitely agree with that. The Saints probably one of the most dangerous offensive teams in the league right now. Them and Atlanta going head to head this past weekend was pretty dope. Just seeing all that on offense.
Hey, I'm an Alabama fan, so I wasn't too mad about Calvin Ridley going off.
Yeah. And just before we end this call, Tony, we do have one more prediction for you that we want you to get for us. We do have this Thursday night game tonight. We have the Vikings at the Rams. It's America's game of the week. Who do you have winning that game?
That's tough. I think the Rams are at home, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go the Rams. I think they're probably one of the most complete teams. I know Marcus Peters got hurt, so that might be a little devastating. But that front line, you can't run against them. So
true.
I'm going to go Rams winning that game. I don't trust Kirk Cousins, so I'm going to go Rams probably. I'm going to go Rams 21-14.
21-14. 21-14. Tony has the Rams pulling out tonight's game against the Vikings.
And then if y'all are betting on that, I want my proceeds from that too.
Yeah. He said 21-14. He got the Rams. He said straight up money line bets. Tony's taking all money line bets.
Taking all bets.
Hey, but Tony, we appreciate having you on the show. Before we let you go, Tony, do you have any last remarks that you want to give to everybody?
Man, I appreciate y'all having me. And this league, like I said, I've known you for a minute, and this league is coming up, and I like it. I'm gonna probably be in it every year, and I'm definitely winning this year. I'm not gonna lose this. I'm winning one of these leagues this year. So all y'all in there, just know I called it right now. I'm winning one of these leagues.
Yeah.
Sound good, man.
Look, honestly, I'm a humble guy, but right now I gotta get this win, man.
No, I feel you, man. I'm definitely trying to win too. I'm only in that 120 league.
Girl, she needs diapers, man.
Yeah. Hey, doing it for the fam. Doing it for the fam.
Do it for the fam.
Hey, doing it for the fam. You can't blame the man. Tony in the building, the number 1 seed right now in the $60 league, and also number 4 seed in the $120 league, holding it down. But shout out to Tony. Thank you. Appreciate your time, Tony.
All right, I appreciate y'all. Take it easy.
All right, Tony. Yo, what's up, cuz? What's up? We got my boy, my cuz, D in the building. We just got off the phone with a Saints fan, so we wanted to get a Giants fan on the phone. What's up, D? Let me know what you think about this Saints versus Giants matchup. First question off the rip, what you got?
Oh, I got us off the rip.
You got this.
I'm
You got.
pretty confident. I like the performance we saw last week. The offensive line still trash.
Yeah.
We working through it. So I feel pretty confident, you know.
So give me a final score on that game, Giants versus Saints.
Final score. I give them 34-27. Us.
34-27, a high offensive power game, not too much defense.
It ain't gonna be no defense out there at all.
He said it all. And again, we got your boy D on the phone. This is a special call because we have the number 1 seed right now in the $120 league on the phone. Boy, what are you doing right now? How are you holding down this number 1 seed? It's been 3 weeks in a row. How you been doing it, man? Give me your strategy.
Well, you know, I would like to tell everybody this. You know, at the beginning of the season, I read my draft recap, and they gave me a C-.
Okay.
I was offended in a way. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause I thought I had a squad. I said, okay. First week I go out there, I put up 200 points. I said, oh yeah, we good. I don't
True.
need. They want to doubt we doubt it.
True.
You know, we're gonna ride every week. Every week we're gonna hit them.
So you pretty much just trusting your draft board. You ain't really do no type of trades and that. You ain't working no behind the scenes trades or nothing like that.
Oh no, I do need to. I need to get another back though. I am kind of worried about that. You know, I do need another back. You know, I'm a Giants fan. You know, I really don't like the J.A. that much. J.E. whatever his name is. but I'm depending on him right now.
I mean, he seemed like he holding you up pretty good. Besides, I mean, last week he didn't play. I mean, but the first week,
I need him to come through this week, especially against you. I need him.
Nah. This is the week I need him to sit out. As long as the Eagles get that win and the Giants on the bench, I'm good with that. But D, we gonna pass you over to Dre. He got a question for you about tonight's prediction.
All right.
It's your boy Dre. What's up, man? How you doing?
What up with you?
Chilling, man. Hey, so this game tonight is supposed to be the America's Game of the Week. Do you have any prediction on it?
Yeah, I got the Rams. I'm taking the Rams with a final score of, I say, 30-17.
30-17.
I saw the way the Vikings got routed this past week by the Bills. You know, I don't feel too confident in them.
Do you trust the Vikings? This may be a separate question. Do you trust the Vikings in that division? Do you think they can even make the playoffs?
I mean, I don't care if they do or not. As long as my team go. But if they do, you know, ain't no hard feelings on them. But if they do go, they do have a squad this year. I can't lie. I do like Kirk Cousins, so we got to see.
So 30-17, you got the Rams coming out, and you got the Rams coming out 30-17, even with Akib and Peters out like that.
This Rams squad is like a dream team.
Dang, the dream team, the quote-unquote dream team.
They got a nice squad, cause you can't even lie.
Yeah, I can't lie. They do got a nice squad. I be hating on them, man, because, you know, we got the defending champs over here, the Philadelphia Eagles, in that division, the NFC East taking over, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I got to be hating on the Rams a little bit because they be balling out, man. So as far as this matchup that we got this week, because it's me and you, how you going to pull it out? What you got? What's your strategy going into that game? You got a side bet? What you got going on this week?
Well, because, you know, I'm taking all offense. I'm feeling pretty confident, really.
Okay.
I want you. Please give me a point spread. I'm not gonna quick.
I can't get no more point spreads. I tried to give James a point spread and got embarrassed in the chat last week, so I can't get no more point spreads out. You looking like you got me if Alshon is out. I'm like down about 20 points as far as the prediction is going. But the predictions kind of screwed me over last week as far as being up. I was supposed to win by like 20 and about 50 in the last week's. Came out short, so just kind of hoping that kind of falls my way on that. But before we let you go, we have to ask everybody that we get on the show about Super Bowl predictions. Who do you have in the Super Bowl from the NFC? Who do you have in the Super Bowl from the AFC? Who do you have winning that game, and what's the final score?
Okay, can I can give two? Because of course, you know, I want my Giants to go.
A realistic answer and a fantasy answer.
I gotta be real.
Go ahead, give us your two.
I'm liking the Rams out the NFC.
True.
And I'm loving this G squad out the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
Pat Mahomes is nice.
I agree with that.
That'll be an interesting Super Bowl. What do you have as the score in that game, and who comes out as the Super Bowl champ?
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
I'll say 21-17.
Ooh.
Okay,
21. A low scoring Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Who do you have winning that game?
I can't lie. I'm taking the NFC with this one. I'm going with the Rams.
Whoa, the Rams, the 2018 Super Bowl
about right.
champs.
Sounds about right.
If we're going off of D's prediction, shout out to the Rams. Everybody, the Rams getting love on this podcast, man. Rams getting a lot of love.
Real deal.
Shout out to LA. But D, thanks for having you on the show. We appreciate your time. Before we let you go, do you have any last remarks that you want to let everybody know before we let you go?
No, I lie. I do got a couple of remarks. I wish everybody luck this season.
True.
You know, I do. I plan on going undefeated. I can't lie.
Okay.
So I just wish everybody luck every week, and we're going to get this thing rolling.
Okay.
Right. I appreciate the love, my man.
We look forward to having you on the show later on in the season. But thanks for having you on the show this morning. And shout out to your Giants, even though they suck. Somebody do something.
That's news to me.
It's prediction time, and you know what it is. We gonna start off with the first game, the game tonight, the America's game of the week. We have the Minnesota Vikings at 1-1-1, and the Los Angeles Rams at 3-0, squaring off in Los Angeles. Who do you have winning that game? What's the score? Daniel, give me that prediction.
So the Rams coming in hot, best team in the league in my opinion. The Vikings stumbling, bumbling, falling over themselves, figuring out who they are right now. I like the Rams winning this game 31-17.
31-17. Who you got, Dre?
Kind of similar. I like the way that the Rams played last week. I mean, I know they were at their corners. Minnesota's questionable, like I said, the offensive line. And, I mean, if you don't look at the Rams, they have a really good defensive line.
Really good defensive line.
I got a score 31 Rams, 14 Minnesota.
Rams, best team in football. Jared Goff, probably an early MVP candidate. Todd Gurley looks phenomenal as usual. Sean McVay, defensive line that's solid. 2 corners out. And that is why the Rams take their first L of the season.
Upset.
You got Thielen and Diggs on the other side. Kirk Cousins, comeback game. He played in Washington for a while. After he loses a game, he usually comes back strong the next game. He's one of those guys that gets in the film room, sees what went wrong, makes adjustments. I got the Vikings in a close one. High scoring still, though. I got the Vikings 38-33.
38-33. Vikings coming out on top. First upset for the Rams. And my prediction for this week, or for this game tonight, I have also an upset with the Minnesota Vikings coming out on top over the Los Angeles Rams. I think Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib being out is going to be a huge deal. I do see the Vikings coming out on top 30-27 in this game. And we did run this game through Madden as a prediction. And just to run you through that, we did have Cousins with a stat line of 68.9% completion rating, throwing for 537 yards and 2 touchdowns. And we also had Goff with a stat line of 55.1% completion, throwing for 457 yards and 2 touchdowns. So almost over 1,000 yards in the air, if we're going off of Madden's prediction. And we had Madden coming out 34-39. The Los Angeles Rams come out on top, according to Madden. And moving on to the next game of the week, Sunday at noon, we have the Philadelphia Eagles going off against the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. Who do you have, Daniel?
I like the Eagles a lot. My number 5 team, the Philadelphia Eagles, coming in hot. Carson Wentz bouncing back again, another week under his belt, getting more comfortable, getting more acclimated. Titans, I don't know if you know who's going to hit quarterback. Marcus Mariota, his hands, like, is it like his funny bone,
like
right? Like his shoulder.
Shoulder.
you're connected to the funny bone, whatever going on over there. But I like the Eagles 28-14.
28-14 and convincing.
Alshon!
Alshon!
He's playing, baby. Let's go! I'm rolling with the Eagles this week, baby. Alshon!
Who you got, Dre? What you got?
Alshon's not playing?
As far as that game, I think it's still going to be a good game. I think Tennessee's good at home. I think we established a run, which is what we did not do last week. I think we still cover the spread. It's only 4. I got 24-17.
24-17.
Carson gets 2 touchdowns, passes.
Is Alshon playing?
I don't think he's playing this week, man.
Alshon's not playing?
It's up in the air. He's questionable. He was questionable this week. I actually think he'll get cleared for contact, and I think he'll play this week. That's up in the air. What you got?
I hope the Eagles get skull drugged, but I hope Alshon plays well. My prediction, I definitely take the spread for Tennessee.
Wow.
I see Philly being a little laxed after that. I don't know, mediocre game against the Colts. I see Tennessee probably coming out, probably riding that win off the Jags, being a little high. Jags much better football team than the Eagles. And maybe Tennessee takes care of business 17-10.
17-10. You have the Tennessee Titans coming over the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're gonna ask me, Philadelphia Eagles, Tennessee Titans, just backed up. Just got that AFC win against the Colts. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I think Carson Wentz goes off this game, gets back to his MVP status like he did against the Colts. I do see us coming out 31-14 against the Titans. We also ran this game through Madden, and it wasn't looking too good for the Eagles as far as what Madden predicted. Wentz, as far as Madden's prediction, Wentz had a stat line of 52.8% completion rating, 234 yards and 1 touchdown, and Mariota had a stat line of 76% completion rating for 329 yards and 3 touchdowns. The game ended out to be 36-14.
That's not right.
Tennessee Titans beating the Philadelphia Eagles in Tennessee, according to Madden.
Nashville,
Hopefully,
Tennessee. That's a nice stadium, man. Shout out Nashville, Tennessee.
Shout out Nashville, Tennessee.
That's a nice stadium, man. That's a nice stadium.
Nice stadium for the Tennessee Titans. Hopefully it doesn't come out the way Madden predicted it. Madden hasn't been too accurate as far as the predictions this year. They have gotten a couple right. I think they're about 500 right now, Madden, as far as the simulations that we've ran. But hopefully this one isn't correct. Moving on to the next one, going on to Sunday at noon, another Sunday at noon game. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Chicago Bears. Who do you have marking this one?
Is Fitzpatrick back at still quarterbacking?
Yes, sir.
We don't know.
Is it Jameis Winston?
We have no
it's
clue.
one of the two. Good luck.
Bucks know, but they won't share it.
Khalil Mack is on a mission
He is.
to prove that he is the best pass rusher in football, not named Von Miller.
I agree.
I think I have the Bears in this one, man. I think the Bucks lose 2 in a row.
Okay.
I don't think they've established a running game to help out with that deep ball threat. They're starting to become pretty one-dimensional, predictable, if you will.
Okay.
I think the Bears win a close one because Trubisky doesn't put up a bunch of points. Maybe 2017?
2017. Dre, who you got?
Sounds like the Bears don't cover that spread, Mark. So sounds like we gotta take the Bucks +3. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm gonna go with the Bears by a touchdown. I'm gonna go 27-20. Only reason why I'm saying that high of a spread is just because the defense is kind of let up a little bit.
Okay.
And Trubisky is kind of comfortable at home.
Okay. Daniel, what you got for us?
I just think that moving in here, I think the Chicago Bears, their defense is really, 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 really strong. And I think Mitchell can get you a couple touchdowns, man. I really think he can make it happen. And I think that, obviously, Fitzmagic has been, honestly, unbelievable.
Okay.
I was watching the game. Their comeback, I mean, it's crazy what they're able to do. That being said, I think Khalil Mack gets to the quarterback a little bit. And I think it's like something like 17-14 Chicago.
Wow.
Oh, let's say cover.
Wow, that's actually the same prediction that I had, Daniel, on
Small
that same game. Great minds think alike.
Oh, that's what it is.
But I also had the Chicago Bears coming out on top against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17-14. I think Fitzmagic turns into Fitztragic on Sunday. I think Khalil Mack gets to him a couple times. Kind of makes the Bucks consider bringing back Jameis for Week 5. But moving on, Sunday night we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers. Who do you have, Mark?
Oh, man. Baltimore, Pittsburgh. I'm not sure Pittsburgh solved all of its problems. Le'Veon Bell's still not playing. James Conner, he's a good backup. He's a good 2, but they're going to need a 1 against that Ravens defense. They hold their own. They always have. I just don't think they figured everything out. I think I'll take the Ravens 24-20.
24-20. Who you got, Dre?
I think the weather's going to be good. 28-17 Steelers. And Le'Veon Bell gets traded to the Jets.
Woo! Daniel, what you got for us?
I think with the Ravens and Steelers, the Ravens, I think that they kind of peaked a little bit last week and overperformed a little bit, beating Denver. Denver but got that dub. I think Pittsburgh's going to come in. It's just really hard for me to bet against Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger and Juju. Like, they just have a really nice offense, man. Like, it's tough. And I just think the Steelers pull it out, 21-14.
21-14. 21. But as far as me going on with my predictions for this game, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't think too much defense is going to be played in this one. Flacco's been playing pretty good, trying to save his job. I think he's playing for his job every week with Lamar Jackson behind him. But I do have the Steelers winning this game 35-31. I think the offense kind of goes off on both sides, but I do think the Steelers come out on top 35-31. But to close out the predictions for the week,
it's a big game.
Big game. Really big game. AFC showdown. And it's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos. And Daniel, since this is your team, I'm going to go ahead and let you start off with your prediction for this game.
I like it, man. And this is one of those classic situations where obviously your head's telling you one thing, your heart's telling you something different.
Okay.
I'm a man of logic, and I'm going to go with my head.
Okay.
And the Broncos are not going to get this dub, as I would love them to. Backstory for those who don't know me, I actually live in Colorado. Anyways.
Okay. Shout out Denver.
Shout out to the Broncos of Denver. That being said, this Chiefs, and I don't think it's that close, honestly. I think it's Chiefs like 35-21.
21.
Something like that.
35-21. 21. Daniel gives us his prediction. Dre, who do you have?
As far as for this game, this is gonna be I think closer than people think. I think the Chiefs are still gonna be favored. They're favored by 4.5. But I think it's safe to say that the Chiefs are gonna cover that spread. I got 35-7. I got a blowout.
Ooh. Didn't you say it was gonna be a close game?
I don't know what the fuck he thinks.
That's a lot closer than people think.
35-7. No one thinks they're finna win by 50. Like, you're dumb.
People have to spread by 5.
Oh my god.
You're not using your brain, bro.
Oh my god. 35-7. Dre has
35-7.
35-7. Dre has his close prediction game between the Chiefs and the Broncos. Mark, who do you have next?
Kansas City Chiefs are super juiced on Madden, man. I lost $100 today playing my barber in Madden. He picks the Chiefs because he's a Chiefs fan.
Okay.
With that being said, because I lost $100, my opinion is going to be super biased. I got the Broncos big, handing the Chiefs their first L, 41-38.
41-38. High scoring game coming out at the end. The Broncos. I have, if I'm going to give my prediction for the week, I have the Kansas City Chiefs coming out 42, Denver Broncos 17. I don't think it's going to be close at all. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think this game reminds me of when the Eagles were on their hot streak last year and they were blowing people out and they saw the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos came to town and they got blown out. I think this is going to be a similar game for the Broncos where they kind of get exposed on defense. But as far as the predictions, that is the end of our predictions. We had money time. Hopefully,
that's news to me.
Hopefully, if you're taking bets, we can give you some good winning bets. But go ahead and check out those Madden prediction simulations that we posted on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, please go ahead and press that subscribe button. Supposedly, Mark has something that he wants to get across.
I know y'all looking for that Redskins prediction this week. Just so you know, we are on a bye week. We not coming on nobody's head this week. Pause.
That's an early bye week.
Early bye week. We're going to get some rest. We're going to go over the game plan. Maybe we could be a little more crisp on offense, even though we did put up 31 against Mr. Bumleg, Aaron Rodgers. But again, we are on a bye week. I have week 5 prediction for you. Tune in next Thursday. Jordan Moments podcast, man.
Oh, man. And shout out to Mark and the Redskins. They did kind of put it on the Green Bay Packers this past weekend. But going on with going on, we just wrapped up prediction time. I hope y'all enjoy this instrumental as we move on to the last segment. All right, well, this is it. It's the close of the show.
My favorite part.
We appreciate y'all tuning in this episode. It is episode 4.
Shout out.
Episode 4. Hey, just stay with us, man. We still trying to get better. We improving every week. We're trying to bring something new to you every week.
Absolutely.
She said.
But, and you know what it is, it's shout out time, shout outs, and we'll go ahead and start off with the boy Mark. Who you got?
Man, shout outs, man. Real quick, shout out my Gramps, man.
Shout out Gramps.
87, out in Dallas. Going through some dementia. He trying to get back in the front line in the Navy, sail some ships, man. He got out of the Navy in 71, so
True.
Man, we got to get my grandpa back on his meds, man. This dude wildin'.
True.
Shout out my barber, man, one time, keeping me fresh, man. Man Wes.
Shout out.
My man Wes McLean. That Flawless Fades Barbershop. And shout out LeBron and the Lakers, man. Started training camp this week. Really looking forward to that. Not to jump ahead of basketball, but and shout out to my Skins, man. Getting into the bye week 2-1. Off a really convincing win off Green Bay. I'm definitely looking forward to taking care of the NFC East and the rest of the league this year. We probably finished 12-4. Shout out my mom, man.
True.
Just want to shout out my mom. Love her.
True.
Shout out.
What you got?
As far as shout outs right now, shout out to the Lakers starting their training camp. Hopefully we got a good ride going on. Also want to take a shout out to Waterbury because it's about to smack.
Absolutely.
And I also want to have a shout out to all these future bets. Have good luck and hopefully everything hits for you.
Because we've been cursed.
Daniel, what you got?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my family. Love them. Mom, dad, David, the highs here.
David, my guy.
Hey.
My guy.
You don't know my brother, bro. But
Damn.
shout out to the Lakers and just basketball as a whole. Starting back up again.
Nuggets
Appreciate that. I am absolutely a Nuggets fan. I am also a LeBron James fan. So by default, I am now a Lakers fan. For the last 4 years, I was a Cavaliers fan. Before that, I was a Miami Heat fan. Before that, I was a Cavaliers fan. That's how it works. So we're riding out into the sunset as a Laker. That being said, shout to all the people that are just trying to get better out there. Everyone is trying to just every day that understands that yeah, it's tough out here, but they're still trying to put one foot forward, just make it out here. So shout out to everybody out here trying to push forward. And I hope just blessings to everybody, love to everyone, and that's it.
Well, to close out, I do have a couple of shout outs. I'll go through them as quick as possible. I do have a couple of shout outs. I'll try to go through them as quick as possible. Again, I want to shout out my wife for putting together these outlines for the show and doing all the behind the scenes work for the podcast. Also want to give out shout outs to my moms, my dad. Shout out to my dad holding down that number 3 seed in the $60 league. We'll get him in on the podcast one of these episodes. But shout out to my dad holding it down.
Great basketball coach. Great basketball mind.
Shout out to gotta give glory to my God. I just need him to back me up a little bit more for these bets. No, but shout out to God. Can't do anything. Can't do anything without God. Definitely gotta give a shout out to God. Shout out to Mello Hendricks letting us use his equipment again. Shout out to Beto. Beto, we have early voting. Beto O'Rourke, we have early voting coming up next month. So stay tuned for that. And then to wrap up the show, I want to give a shout out to Tony and Dee for tuning in today. We appreciated y'all's time. But that is it That is the Sports Moments podcast. Again, it is everything related to moments, sponsored by Jordan Moments. We appreciate y'all tuning in this morning, and we are out.
That's news to me. That's news to me.